Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tia's Natural Soaps. Today in the lab, I will be making my oat milk soap. So in my blender, I have my oatmeal in here. So I'm going to grind this down. And once I grind it, I'm going to soak it in some distilled water. So I discounted my water because I'm going to put the oat milk in here. I like to do the oat milk first because it can raise or gel really quickly in your mixture. So I want to make the oat milk and pop it in the freezer so it can get cold. So I put my distilled water in here. So I'm going to blend this up. And once I blend, well, it's blended enough right now. So I'm going to squeeze this through a sieve. Not unless I can find one of my cheesecloths, and then I'm going to pop it in the freezer so it can get chilled. Okay, I'm finished mixing this, so I'm going to pour it through here to get the liquid out. You can see it draining. So I'm going to drain this. Squeeze all the milk out of here and freeze it. Okay, I got all my oat milk squeezed out. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to spill it. So like I said, I'm going to pop this in the freezer and start melting my oils and butters. Okay, you guys, here I already have measured out my palm oil, coconut oil, I believe cocoa butter in this pot. So I'm going to put this all in this pot. Yeah, I have shea butter in here. Woo. This is a bigger pot, so you really can't see me putting this stuff in. But this is what it looks like. So let me put this in the pot, and then I can turn it, let you see how I measure everything else. Now that I have my shea butter all poured in the pot, I will measure out 40 ounces of olive oil. And this Pyrex is a 32 ounce, so do my 32 and then turn around and do my 8 ounces. And when you making soap, you got to be precise on your measurements. You can't say, oh, it's a little bit over, let's leave it. Because that will make or break your formula. So try to make sure you measure out everything according to your recipe. So measure out 8 ounces. On the nose. Okay. Got everything in my stock pot. And here's my buckets. When I order things in buckets, I'll save like 2 or 3 of the buckets. And I like to pre-measure soap, so when I'm ready to make soap, it's all ready together. I have my water measured out already. 40.32 ounces of distilled water. This big pot has all my oils in it. Let's see if I can let you see in it. And then I just got to measure out my lye. Melt this. And I'm going to probably wait a little bit because I'm trying to get that oat milk on the slushy side. So, and that'll stop my soap from tracing so quickly, because you are working with, like, the oat milk has sugar in it, like a sugar base already in it because it's starchy. So a lot of times that can make it curl up. So let's get to measuring. Okay, I have my sodium hydroxide, mask, gloves. So I will take this outside where it's well ventilated and mix this together. And I have my spoon. Never use a wooden spoon. So, yeah, I'll take this outside. I need to get a container so I can measure this out. And this recipe calls for 17 ounces of lye. So, let me get this measured out. Hello, everyone. Okay, now I'm outside measuring out my lye so I can mix it together. So I need 17 ounces of lye. And these are lye beads, so I like to do it outside because sometimes they are staticky and they will blow. So I like to do it outside. And I hear the plane. I'm right by the airport. I have on my mask. Okay, I got my 16 ounces so far. Ooh, it's strong. Woo! So I got a little bit over. And I left my funnel upstairs. Point 2 over. Just enough. Now 17 ounces of lye. So when you're doing your lye, let me close this up. You always add your lye to your water. Never water to lye. If you pour this water into this lye, it's going to explode, cause injury, severe burns. It's very acoustic. So you add a little bit while you're stirring. Make sure you don't splash. Because you want to melt this off. And you can see the steam coming out of here. And I'll show you. I don't know if you can see the steam, but let me make sure you have your goggles on, because you don't want to get in your eyes. The steam. And do this while your pets are inside. My dog is outside, but I'm in a closed-in patio. Well, it has the screen. So it has ventilation, And when he's ready to come in, I'll make him come up the steps that's attached to the deck and come through the house that way. So this is going to be out, sitting out here probably for about an hour until it reaches a certain point. I like to get it to at least 85 to 90 degrees. Okay, I got my oils all melted down, and this is at 95 degrees, I believe. My lye water is a little higher. It's reading at 109, but once I put the ice in there, the ice milk, well, oat milk, but it's kind of frozen, then it'll cool down. So I did put the liquid part of it inside my base. So I'm going to mix that up, give it a stir. Get it nice and mixed. Okay. Got that nice and mixed. So let me move this pot out the way. So I'm going to mix my ice in my oat milk in the lye water. So let me see if I have a, okay, let me use this. I don't want to plop it in there and it splashes up. So I'm trying to get it down in. So I'm put that in there. And see how much it cooled down some. Yep. Went from 110 to 97 that quick. So I got this all mixed up in here. So I'm going to pour this down into my lye water. So here you go. You pour it in. Okay, I'm going to stick blend this now. Let me see if I can let you take a peek at this. Whoops. So once the soap starts sitting up on top, that means it's at trace. And then you can pour it in your molds, but it's not at trace yet. So I'm going to have to mix it a little bit more. I'm going to pause you while I do that. Okay, I got all my soap mixed. So let me get my molds, my soap molds. I got the 3 molds here. So it's all at trace. It's a big pot. Woo! Okay. And I'm just tapping down some to get any possible air bubbles out to make it nice and even. Slide these 2 together. So I'm going to scrape the rest of this out, and then I'll let you see. Okay, I got all my soap poured, so I'm going to see if I can give this some little design on the top. Nothing fantastic, but one of these, somebody bought the entire loaf, so I told her to be ready at the end of next month, around May 23rd. And I do not give, when people buy a whole loaf, I don't give it to them and let them wait till it cures, because I don't trust them, because this is lye heavy. And I don't want that on my conscience, because people can't wait. And they will try to use it before the soap is finished curing, because I know sometimes I can't wait to cut it. So if I'm anticipating cutting it, I know they don't have any anticipation when, or any control when it's time for them to use the soap. So I will never, ever, ever give someone the soap before it's cured. And usually I'll let them go ahead and cut it themselves. I do not put any shrink wrap around it or label if they buy, because it's their personal use. If they want me to do all that, that's an additional charge. But here's my soaps. See if you can see it. This is my oat milk soap. And this is a little small sample one that I've done. Thanks for watching. Toodles.